Everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here with us. Today, we're embarking on this seriously fascinating journey. We're going to connect one of the simplest childhood games you can think of to the vast, literally awe-inspiring architecture of our solar system. We're exploring the mechanics of circular motion. It's a journey that actually starts with a simple piece of string and ends with the massive cosmic tether holding our universe together. So let's just get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. Section 1 is the circular motion illusion. Section 2 is defining centripetal force. Section 3 covers the string and stone. And we'll wrap up with Section 4, cosmic forces at play.
All right, Section 1, the circular motion illusion. I want you to consider this for a second. Can an object move at a constant speed, yet constantly change its velocity? Now, I know speed and velocity are, they're often totally conflated in everyday casual conversation. So how on earth do we reconcile a perfectly unchanged pace with a fluctuating velocity in this specific scenario?
Now, what's really interesting about this is that in circular motion, the object's speed, like its absolute pace, can absolutely remain completely constant. It's moving at the exact same rate the whole time. But velocity isn't just about pace, right? It incorporates direction. Because the object is moving in a circle, its direction of motion is changing at literally every single fraction of a second. It is constantly turning. Therefore, even with a constant speed, the velocity is continuously changing. It's just this incredibly elegant little mechanical quirk of physics.
Moving right along to Section 2, defining centripetal force.
So, centripetal force. This is defined as the force acting on any object moving along a circle, directed towards the center of the circle. This right here is the absolute secret ingredient to circular motion. It's a force that never, ever pushes forward or backward along the path of the object. Instead, it always points directly inward to the core. Without this continuous inward pull, circular motion simply wouldn't exist. No way. I absolutely love this next part. Centripetal literally translates to center seeking. Just let that sink in for a moment. The object isn't just mindlessly traveling in some random loop. Because of this force, the object is continuously trying to move toward the center of its circular trajectory. It is actively seeking the core. But because of its forward speed, it just keeps missing the center, resulting in that endless, beautiful circular dance. All right, Section 3, the string and stone.
Okay, let's walk through the 3 mechanical steps of a classic experiment you can visualize. Step 1, rotating. As long as you hold a string and spin a stone attached to it, you're continuously pulling that stone toward yourself, right? The tension in that string is acting exactly as our centripetal force. Step 2, upon release. The very millisecond you let go of that string, the centripetal force instantly stops acting. The tension is just gone. And then step 3, the result. The stone flies off in a straight line along the tangent. So the crucial point here is understanding exactly how that stone escapes. A really common misconception is that if you let go, the stone's just going to fly straight out, directly away from the center like a spoke on a bicycle wheel. But it doesn't. It flies in a straight line along the tangent to the circle at its exact position the moment it was released. Why? Well, because that tangential direction represents the direction of its instantaneous velocity. Once that center-seeking force is gone, the object just blindly follows its exact forward momentum at that very fraction of a second.
And this brilliantly illustrates a universal rule that pops up across different experiments. Think about the string and stone we just talked about. You release the tension and it flies off tangentially. Now compare that to a super familiar scenario, a 5 rupee coin sitting on a spinning disc. If you place a coin on a spinning circular disc, the friction is what acts as the centripetal force. But if that disc speeds up and exceeds a certain threshold, the friction just can't hold it anymore. The centripetal force basically fails. And just like our stone, the coin flies off the edge in a strictly tangential direction. The underlying mechanics are perfectly identical.
Now for the grand finale, Section 4, cosmic forces at play. Let's move to and see how this builds when we zoom way, way out to planetary orbits. Take the Earth-Moon system. The Moon revolves around the Earth in this incredibly stable, definite orbit. Why doesn't it just fly away? Because the Earth exerts a continuous gravitational pull on the Moon, constantly drawing it towards its center. Gravity is literally playing the exact same role as the tension in our little string. It's providing that continuous centripetal force required to keep the Moon from just flying off into the void. And the exact same mechanics apply in an even grander scale to our entire solar system. The Sun, with its absolutely immense mass, exerts a massive gravitational force directed towards its center. This pull acts on all the revolving planets, including our own Earth. The Sun is providing the ultimate center-seeking force for our entire planetary neighborhood. It keeps everything perfectly bound in their respective orbits. It is essentially swinging planets around on these giant invisible strings of gravity. Which leaves us with this awe-inspiring and honestly slightly terrifying question to close out today's explainer. Think back to the string and the stone. If the cosmic string were suddenly released, like if the gravitational centripetal force of the Earth or the Sun just vanished in a single instant, would the Moon and the planets just fly off into deep space along a straight tangential line? Well, based on everything we've learned from our source material today, the answer is a resounding yes. It really highlights just how fragile yet mathematically perfect our solar system truly is. Thank you so much for diving into this fascinating subject with me today. Keep seeking those answers, and I will see you in the next explainer.